The smell of eggs and freshly fried shallots in the morning is just perfect.
It's my last full day in Socotra, and I'm waking up to an amazingly fragrant breakfast of a lobster stir fry.
Shukran! Lobster stir fry, khobs, and eggs. Bathe. It's so funny how everybody really gets up with the sun and goes to bed with the sun. It's like 6 in the morning and everyone is awake, bustling. People have had their showers. People have started cooking their breakfast and taking their tents down and all that stuff. And then when the sun goes down at about 6:30 in the evening, everything dies down. They have some fires, but the partying doesn't really go on too terribly late. It's one of the relaxing things about coming to a place like this. It's some of the more natural feeling experiences you can have when you are up with the sun and in bed with the moon. I am forever putting on sunblock in this place, like every couple of hours, just to not get burned.
First order of business, more time out on the water by boat.
Stranger danger is not a thing here at all. You just go right up to all the cars. To be out on the water, absolutely.
The boat ride starts with fishing, if you're so inclined. An example of a fishing pole here. It's actually brilliant. All the extra supplies are right there. It wasn't long before we found ourselves joined by a huge pod of spinner dolphins, and boy did they put on a show. There's dolphins absolutely everywhere here, and they are jumping out of the water and twirling, doing circle loops. I mean, this is incredible. I've never seen such playful dolphins. Oh my God, this is incredible. Something what I'd imagine Mars to look like. Before I knew it, this ride was over. It did not disappoint. There really was no bad view of the dolphins. Fishing was great and the landscape's unique. Unfortunately, the time had come to start heading back to the city.
You are too young to be eating that. What is on your face?
This is attack from doesn't drink milk from his mouth.
Oh. And just like that, it's my last night in Yemen again. We're going to be going around doing some shopping. We're going to go out, have a nice dinner, and hang out. Maybe do a little bit more fishing. I don't know. We'll see before we say our final goodbyes. Can't believe this trip is already over almost. This has been so much fun down here. It's just goods everywhere here, man. Bengay is a cream you put on your back when it hurts when you're an old person.
While walking around, Isa told me a story that I found rather funny.
Hey,
Ferengi?
Ferengi.
What is Ferengi?
Ferengi is tourist people.
Oh, a tourist person is a Ferengi? It's funny you say that because in a famous story in USA, the race of aliens are called the Ferengi, and they're very ugly and they're foreign to humans. So Ferengi is tourist.
We had heard that the women's craft shop was still open across town, so we made our way there through the residential area and the brackish water lagoons that you can find in Hadiboh. It's amazing how bright and colorful the dresses that they get to wear in their homes are. Some are quite elaborate. And they also eat baskets, containers, and other things. Looks somewhat familiar to a special hat I got in Hadramaut last year.
Here we are at the restaurant. The last meal I'm gonna have in Yemen. Actually, I guess I'll have a little something for breakfast, but we get up early and I think we take off at like 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning back to Abu Dhabi. There's no reason that if you haven't been to other third world countries and kind of had to rough it a little bit, that this is not a place that would be completely safe to come visit sometime. And you'll be glad you did. Definitely not a place for beginners because you will have to rough it compared to American standards, but if you can deal with dirtbagging it for a day or two and maybe having to go to the bathroom in the woods and dig in cat holes and not being cool in a very hot climate and being a little dirty for a little while, there's no reason why you can't come here and have an amazing time. Well, Issa, here's our last evening drinking our cracked tea.
Yeah, we are missing you tomorrow.
I know, it's been so much fun.
We have a nice vacation with you, nice trip. Thank you tomorrow.
You do have a big cute face. Whoa!
Those cute critters are fearless and will stop at nothing to get foods.
Yeah, they are not kidding when the goats will clean everything up.
All too soon, dinner was over.
And just like that, my last night in Yemen is done and over with, and I'm really sad. I had a wonderful, wonderful time here. My fixer, Aisa, and my driver, Hussein, made it totally worth it and a lot of fun. We shared a lot of laughs and joked back and forth, even with the language barrier, and had a wonderful 7 days camping and exploring this beautiful, beautiful island. And just getting ready to pack all my stuff and I'm going to be flying back to Abu Dhabi tomorrow morning. So I'm going to say good night, and Yemen, thank you again, Socotra specifically this time, for making this experience so memorable and so much fun.